rappers?
He looks that way, yes.
Interesting.
Because you've never heard an album from anybody on there except for Lil Scrappy.
And Young Jock.
But
I didn't think he failed. His career was popping.
He failed.
I rode that motorcycle. I remember. So
after 2008, he was no longer.
But after you have a success that he had with a certified platinum album, you're good. I don't have to do anything else after this.
What you mean?
Platinum.
Okay.
Certified. Platinum.
Okay.
Platinum is the top of the line. I mean, besides diamond.
You continue to do that. Jay-Z has...
He doesn't have... What I'm saying is he doesn't have to. All he has to do is sit back and write people's stuff from now on. He's good for perpetuity.
True.
So he could take the little check from Love and Hip Hop and act a fool. Because that's what he does. He like jokes. Nothing about his storyline is serious.
Yeah.
He's like having a good ass time. All these other bitches on that show, they crying, breaking glasses, fighting, getting scratched up. They will never be supermodels. They're never going to be supermodels.
Damn.
Not with all those scratches and bruises. Jocelyn?
Okay, welcome. I am your host, Keisha. This is Just a Bit Outside radio show where we talk about all the sports, highlights, and all the happenings of the week. To my left of me, I have the man with the master plan, my man Mark Foster. And to my right, I have James Alexander.
Good evening, America.
Y'all ready for another good show?
Oh yeah, we ready to rock and roll.
Awesome. All right, so what was popping this week? We had a couple of things going on around town. We had what?
World Baseball Classic.
Yeah, World Baseball Classic.
Couple games there. We're into the finals now. Final four teams.
Yeah, we had some college basketball going on. We had some NFL moves, and of course, the NBA second half of the season is underway, and it is exciting. We have a couple of exciting NBA matchups tonight that we're going to get into a little bit later on into this show. But specifically around Baltimore, we had a pretty interesting weekend. Torrey Smith hosted his charity basketball game at Royal Farms Arena. It was the Torrey Smith Family Feud charity basketball game.
And it was a big to-do thing around the city. A lot of people were very excited about the game itself, the attention that the game brings to the city. So a lot of people were excited about that. Did you happen to check out? Did you go to the game, Mark?
No, I didn't go to the game, but catch the highlights and everything.
Right.
And it's great work that he does for the city, even though he left. He always brings some fun to the fans.
Yeah, and it is also good that he brought a lot of the old players that we know and love and that has left us, such as Tyrod Taylor.
Ray Rice was out there.
Yeah, Anquan Bolden, Jacoby Jones. So, that was pretty nostalgic from a Baltimore Ravens standpoint. And
hey, this is True Indeed.
And this is Femi the Dry Fish.
And you're listening to
Shots and Shenanigans.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Artist Exchange.
The Artist Exchange. The Artist Exchange. The Artist
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Welcome everyone to Sunset Soul Radio Show. Yeah. I am your host, Love Dawn. My co-host, Miss Lasha G, is unable to be with us tonight because she is where is she? She ain't here. She's working. But my new and improved, not improved because that's throwing shade at Lasha. Co-star, co-host. You heard me say co-star?
I'll be a star.
I spoke the star over me. Amen. Co-host is none other than Bishop LeVar Harris, which he will be going by the Bishop on Sunset Soul. everybody should know the Bishop by now. I mean, he has been on here on Sunset Soul Show several times now. Awesome supporter.
Excited.
So everyone, let's give the Bishop a great welcome to Sunset Soul.
Appreciate it. Thank you all.
Thank you for being here with me tonight, and thank you for joining the Sunset Soul family. You know, we had a good time down here to the Sunset Soul. Let me first start off by apologizing. It wasn't really our fault. The weather last week was pretty bad, and then it kept doing this whole back and forth where you didn't know. It's like I don't know. It's starting to look okay, but then the ice came again. I
just didn't want to get towed out there on that snow or whatever.
Is it a snow route?
Yeah, it is. Snow route.
Okay, see, I didn't know. I pay no attention to that because I'm not outside in the snow.
And I'm not a big walker. Live too far to walk.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. But I wasn't going to park on that hill anyway. I was actually going to park down the street, Calvin Street.
Lasha G is signed on. Hey.
Hi, Lasha. We were just talking about you, my absent co-host. I was trying to find out how to Skype work. Lasha, you want to Skype? You want to Skype?
My son signed on and everything.
A little later.
Sharon Williams signed on.
How you doing, Sharon? I'm still inviting. Listen, everybody who is tuning in right now, thank you so much. We truly appreciate you tuning in, watching us. We have faithful viewers that watch us every week. Rachel, Lisa. I mean, I don't even want to start naming people because it's but it's our faithful few that tune in every single week. And I'm gonna ask y'all, could y'all do me a favor and share this out? Share this this live out so that others can take part in the conversation. We have yet to even get started. We got so much to talk about. So much happened.
Lasha said maybe. She may be sharing it.
She gonna
look. Just because you're not here, that don't mean you have to. You're not.
You
working.
You ain't got no choice.
Get on your job.
We need your input. But so much happened over the new year. Let me first start off by asking the Bishop here. Did you set any New Year's resolution?
Yeah, not to set a resolution.
That was the resolution to not set a resolution. Let me tell y'all.
I can't lie this year.
You care a lot this year?
I say I can't lie this year. I'm not going to make up something to just go ahead and break it.
I thought you said I care a lot this year, like last year was not a caring year.
Didn't care too much then, huh? No, I refuse to make myself a liar.
Okay. So you feel like resolutions is making yourself.
Yeah, you start your first words is a lie because eventually a lot of them you're gonna break anyway. Come on,
but that's called it becomes a lie.
If you're gonna try, go ahead and try. Let's not put it out there that you're gonna do this and you're gonna do that. A lot of people are adamant about what they're going to do instead of just saying let's try it. So,
I agree that let's not resolutions and all that is a lot of talking. If you're gonna do it. You know what I also don't believe in? Like this whole starting on January 1st or whatever 2nd or the first month.
It makes us feel good. I get a fresh season.
I get the count. It's easy to count. I started this year, so it's July 7th month. I get that.
That's the excuse to continue doing what you're doing.
I feel like if you're going to do it, just get up and start. Like start at like 3:33. Yeah. At like 2:47 in the afternoon. Be like, this is when I'm going to start. Right here. I change. 1:32. This is it. I'm starting.
In the morning. I'm getting up early.
Like that's what I think sticks. Like just make a decision and just be like, I'm just not. I did that a lot of times. I mean, I'm not going to tell you that I'm perfect and I'm not going to ever fall, but I think that holding that over your head as a resolution.
It's stressful.
It is.
It's stressful.
It's very stressful.
No, I'm not stress myself out early in the morning trying to get up and go to the gym and not drink coffee and not eat this and not.
I did say I was going to try to do. I wasn't successful. I actually talked to you about that when we was on Facebook, and I said I'm saving money this year, and I had decided that Dunkin' Donuts was going to be my sacrifice.
Don't do that. Are you serious? I rebuke the thought. I bind it in the name. It's in the name.
I said I was going to let it go, and I was going to save that $10 to $15 a week.
Listen, don't get rid of Dunkin' Donuts. Just get a Keurig like I did, and then buy Dunkin' Donut Keurig.
I don't like Dunkin' Donuts store products. They don't taste the same to me. Because I used to buy the coffee.
It's the figment of your imagination.
Yeah, you might be right.
Buy you a cup that you don't have to throw away. And our overseer just text me and said, where you at? I'm here at the radio station, Doc.
Amen.
I'm looking forward to you getting here.
Amen.
Hallelujah.
Let me say, for New Year's, every year, I'm just so used to being brought up in church that I bring in New Year's praying.
Yeah.
And I always say, no matter where I am, I'm still going to bring in my New Year's praying. So this year me and my children were watching like Stranger Things. We binge watching Stranger Things. And my son was like, Ma, it's 11:52 or 3, whatever it was. And I was like, oh my goodness. I turned it off real quick, cut on the ball for him, and this, that, and the other. And I jumped down, got on my knees, and started to pray. But then I had to go to the bathroom.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's the devil. That's the devil.
I mean, because I was laying down, gravity.
Right.
When you get up. So I was adamant. I'm going to bring in my New Year's praying. I'm not going to get it, but I couldn't hold it. I was like, God, you know my heart. So I asked
You didn't pray the New Year?
I did. Man. I got off the toilet.
Girl, you're not going to make it to the kingdom.
At 11:59 in 22 seconds. I told you.
You know what? Me and Overseer Pendleton, we did a dual sermon down in my church for the New Year. And when it was time to pray, I was praying. But I did not realize the clock on the wall was not matched up to the right time. So I said amen like 4 or 5 times. And Pendleton was showing me, look, Doctor, you still got 5-10 more minutes. I said, oh, this ain't going to work. Somebody else got to jump in here. Man, so he covered me on it. But
listen,
if it was about time, we would all been off.
See, that's what I'm talking about. I can't. We put too much focus on that. My grandmother prayed through the gunshots. We like, you don't think that it. I mean, I'm sorry, not prayed, preached through the gunshots.
Oh wow!
And we supposed to pray. They trying to get. They're no longer listening to the message because they trying to. We got to get down. Like, why everything got to be
get down?
It's all right.
Are we getting down for the gunshots or for prayer? Which one?
But I hope everyone had an awesome. I actually really enjoyed my New Year's. I wasn't concerned at all. I had a nice time. I still prayed. I enjoyed my children. So I hope. Lasha, why are you shaking your head? You know I have a. Don't do that.
Did you do lima beans?
Lima beans?
Black eyed peas?
I did greens. Black eyed peas.
Oh yeah. See, that's what I ran around.
What was it? So Lasha said something about field peas.
I did black eyed peas.
And what else was it? What else did I do? I did what I was supposed to do. I ate a little bit of it.
Wow.
But did it matter if it was canned or fresh?
No, it had to be fresh.
Who told you that? Who made that rule up?
My grandmama made that up. Don't you?
That's because they didn't have access to Glory or what's that Margaret Holmes or whatever you call it.
No, it had to be fresh. It had to be cooked over all day long, simmered slow.
That's not.
And then take it to the church in a big silver pot and serve it at the church.
I didn't get that rule.
It ain't blessed until you serve it at the church. Now
well, it's blessed once I said my grace,
people. Oh,
once I said my grace,
messed this whole thing up. Don't speak in tongues on that. I bring that down.
Well, I ate my New Year's this year, which I didn't really want, but I did eat it. Christmas though, I didn't do Christmas this year.
Why?
Because my kids didn't deserve it, so I canceled Christmas. Wow. And we did cookies.
I was the only one that does that.
Oh, I canceled that whole. I mean, I ain't buy a stocking. I do have candy canes that's still sitting on the side of my bed, and I kind of bought that to torture them because I think when they saw the candy canes, they thought for a second. What? Nope. Still superstition. That ain't God. That's what she said. That ain't God. What?
Exactly.
What's not God? The
Christmas?
Canes?
Oh, the candy.
Oh, Christmas. She gonna probably say both, but she's talking about.
Just don't talk about the lima beans. I mean, black eyed peas.
Lima beans is not
the black eyed peas. The field peas.
For New Year's.
She's from the city. She ain't from the country, so she don't
and
understand.
Okra. She had a nice little plate too. But I had a good meal. My Christmas was still okay, though. Like I said, we didn't do it. We just chilled at home, like I said, me and the kids. And I did do cookies, and we baked cookies fresh, and we took them out to the family members. Lasha again was gone and not able to get her cookies, so the kids partook of that.
So where was my cookies?
They didn't have your name on the list. You got to introduce yourself to my kids, so it was their choice of who they giving, cookies to.
Hey, my son said, I remember Christmas was canceled. A lot of times I canceled his Christmas. That's right.
It's no fun, but you know how the word say you'll understand it better by and by.
He ain't understand. I canceled in February. If you show off in February, all of the years shot.
So he can't redeem himself much. See, now I've done Christmas in February. Y'all know why?
That's
tax time.
Wow.
Yes, I have. I have bought the 50%, 75%. I bought all the Christmas stuff clearance.
And wrapped it up.
And no, I didn't wrap anything because I didn't get it until tax time.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. In February, you wrapped the gifts up.
Yeah, whole 9 yards. Pulled the tree out, the lights, everything. I went all in, and it didn't cost me much.
One of the things we're talking about tonight is what? Forgiveness, because my son is adamant on the fact that he lost Christmas a lot of times, and I didn't forgive him for those months. So
and that's why we are here,
right,
Junior? I'm not sure how we call him, but that's why we're here to talk about that is what today's show was about. Freedom.
Did I jump the gun?
And no.
Okay.
Freedom and forgiveness. We are talking about that, but we missed so much.
Yes.
After these few weeks that we didn't get a chance to, to talk to anybody about any of this stuff. I mean, we still, we post throughout the time that we're not airing on the Sunset Soul page, and we encourage, communication with the viewers, and we talk back and forth, if those do decide to comment on it, or you can inbox me. I encourage that a lot. But I wanted to know, before we even get into the stuff that I have wrote from last week for last week's show, the main thing that I'm hearing everybody talking about right now is the woman that was left outside at University of Maryland Medical Midtown campus.
Terrible.
Let me tell you, when they sent me the video, a couple people sent this to me. When I first saw it, I didn't want to look at it. I got an attitude because my mother was in the hospital a couple days ago, and they sent her home the same day. Now, when they picked her up, because they had to, she was unable to walk. She had a seizure, so she was really, really out of it. So they had to slide her down the stairs. So she had on her nightgown, and she had on hospital side, but they had to put her inside of like a sling. So they had her completely wrapped in this like plastic type of sling or whatever that they carried out. That's fine. When they brought her back home, it was transportation, no longer ambulance, it was transportation. Right. But they did not inform transportation that she needed any sort of support. That's the first thing. Secondly, they sent her home in a hospital gown that was tied in the back, but there was no back hospital gown to tie in the front to cover her, the open back. Right. She had on no clothes, no nothing.
Are you kidding?
Besides the one hospital gown that was tied in the back, very similar to this lady that we are seeing on the news.
Right.
And the transportation, one of the transportation people said, can you come down here, and when we help stand her up, can you pull this blanket up that they had her laying on? Can you pull this blanket up and just put it over her back, because it was nothing. That was the day that it was that hailstorm. So I want to say that was Thursday. Was that not Thursday? Because that's why we canceled the show. So that was Thursday. They sent her home in the hailstorm, below freezing temperatures, with one hospital gown tied to the back. That's it. And the thing is, it ain't like she didn't have a bag of clothes, because even if you would have sent her back with what she had on, I couldn't have got but so upset. But yes, Warren, I was livid. I was livid. I was so mad. And even the transportation people was mad, because they said they didn't tell us that she couldn't walk. They didn't tell us that we needed any type of equipment to help her get up, because she was a stroke patient, so her whole right side is paralyzed. So it's like they weren't prepared to have to assist her that much to get her inside the house. They gave no information.
That's crazy.
Nothing at all. I don't understand for the life of me.
So who's responsible? Who was held accountable?
Hey, Rachel,
for the courtesy of these clients?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure
Especially
who was responsible.
with this woman, man. It is unbelievable how we allow people to treat us.
Yep. Yeah.
Because after the guy done videotaped it, put it on air, put it on Facebook, put it on the news, what happens now? Who's going to pick it up from here? The biggest problem is we don't have anyone to defend us on these matters.
Not at all.
And she don't. I'm sure she don't have the money to get a good lawyer.
Probably not, or family members to that extent, because they would have contacted her next of kin. I would just assume.
Right.
But listen, we have to go to a commercial break. When we come back, we just got into this topic, and I would really like to hear what y'all feel about this woman who was left outside of University of Maryland Medical Center Midtown campus. How do you feel about that, and what's going on now? Give us some feedback. We're reading your comments. When we come back, stay tuned.
Y'all ready?
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty.
You're
every
listening
Tuesday
to
at 7 p.m.
BeExposedRadio.com.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Welcome to the Danash Harrison Show.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Oh, this is us? Welcome to Bianca.
Join the club that gives you stuff.
Hey, thanks!
Radio Loyalty.
Here's how it works.
Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then, you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right?
Radio Loyalty.
Click that banner to join now. We're rewarding you for something you already do, listening to us. It's Radio Loyalty, and it's an easy way for you to get free stuff. All you do is sign up. Go ahead and click the banner now. You'll earn points as you listen. Points you can trade in for great products and services in the Radio Loyalty store. You can earn even more points when you share your favorite station with friends on Facebook and Twitter. Radio Loyalty. It's free to sign up, so click the banner to join now.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Join the club that gives you stuff.
Hey, thanks!
Radio Loyalty.
Here's how it works.
Just click on the Radio Loyalty banner right now and sign up. Then, you keep on listening like you already do. But now you earn points. Those points add up, and you can trade them in for stuff in the Radio Loyalty store. Earn more points by sharing your station with friends on Facebook and Twitter, answering surveys, and by using the apps in the New Players App Store. Pretty simple, right?
Radio Loyalty.
Click that banner to join now.
Didn't get a chance to tune in last week? Well, here's what you missed on the Artist Exchange radio show.
Being a stage actor, how has that prepared you for comedy?
Oh, man. I think that being a thespian definitely gave me a head start and an advantage over most of the guys who just go right into comedy. I mean, it definitely helps with stage presence, memorization. Just, you know, a lot of comedians in the city, they don't consider every aspect of the performance, like what you're wearing, you know, how you say certain words, and being a stage actor, like I definitely, I'm thinking about every part of the joke when I write it or when I perform it. You know, like I try to do it as a performer without looking too stagey.
Tune in every Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. and every Saturday 12 to 2 p.m. on BeExposedRadio.com. This is the Artist Exchange. Real artists, real talk.
What is hood respect? Family, life, work, love. We are all from the hood and we all want respect. That's why we wear Hood Respect. Available in men's, women's, and kids. For more information and ordering options, contact Instagram at Hood Respect, Facebook to Mel Martin Sr., and email at hoodrespect.tms71@gmail.com. The look you need is Hood Respect.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We are back. Prior to the commercial break, we were talking about the woman who had been left outside of University of Maryland Medical Center Midtown campus. And I was asking how y'all felt about it, and we had some comments over the commercial break. Warren said, also one of our faithful viewers, what happened to the days when a relative had to come and take you out? And that's what I'm trying to figure out. What, you know, it used to be a time that when you go to the house, you can't even go to the dentist without having somebody come and drive you back, or they'll ask, you know, who's your driver, and so forth and so forth. For this woman to not even have been able to articulate herself, like she couldn't even talk, like she was completely out of it.
What's crazy is it's all about money, and they figured out that she don't have money or insurance to cover it. They will put you out on the street. They give you bare minimum clothes, bare minimum medication, and they put you out on the street. What they don't know that even if you don't have family members, you do have caring society that will pick up this issue. So I think it was Lisha G that said some lawyer is going to pick this up. It's no doubt that somebody who cares enough.
If he didn't pick it up, he won't pick it up today, because they did a press conference accepting responsibility.
Oh, really?
The hospital.
The hospital did?
Yeah. And we, you know, they accepted responsibility. They knew it was their fault. and their human resources is right now in the process of investigating and so forth. It was on the news. I shared it to the Southern Soul page. You can go back and look at it. It was, I mean, it was nothing he could say. The only thing you could do, I mean, if the PR person told him to do anything other than that, that's what he did. He admitted. So it's done. She gonna get paid. Wow. I bet you they have somebody come pick her up now. I bet you that.
It was even more crazier than other people are going to do the same thing. Other people are going to either walk out now. This is opportunists. You got a lot of opportunists that's out there. A lot of people are going to walk out with the same MO.
Looking like
they crazy. Looking like they just got put out. Hospital ain't going to know nothing about them. And they're going to look for opportunity to mess this up for this young lady. So watch what happens. It's going to be all on the news from young to old.
On the video, the man was saying, or they were saying, they assumed that the woman was put out because she was unruly or something.
Right. Well, that was before. He didn't even know the whole story. Right. He assumed that because he was some kind of therapist. Psychotherapist. Yeah. So he assumed because of her behavior, and he don't even know how long she actually been out in the cold.
Right.
So she could have been.
Or if she was responding that way because of the medication, they could have gave her something.
Exactly.
So. Warren just said he believes the woman was prejudged when she first entered the door. She could have been.
Well, I'm sure she didn't look like that when she first entered the door because she had a hospital.
She had on clothes, and she had a bag with her clothes with her.
Exactly. So after medicating them, they figured that no one was going to come after her. She didn't have any money. This is my mindset. So let's just put her on a corner and hopefully, or put her on a side of a room. She might have just got up heavily medicated and walked out herself. We don't know. But
she didn't walk out because they said. The security, they dropped her off at the bus stop.
Who, the security?
I didn't see it. This is what they're saying on the video camera. Security, that they dropped her off.
Everybody.
Because the reporters kept trying to get the spokesman to say it was the security officer's fault. Like, well, do you think the security was the one that's responsible for XYZ? Like Lasha just said.
That's what cameras.
They of course, everything is on cameras.
But what's crazy to me is why would the ambulance that came and picked her up from off the street take her back to the same hospital?
Well, they have to because they have to take you to They have to take you to their zone hospital. Okay. They can only go to other hospitals if their hospitals on a certain code, like when they're not accepting any more people, but they have to go to that. Specific hospital. Wow. Now she can request to go somewhere else, but I don't think that
she's mentally stable enough to
for one, yes, but two, I don't think that you can ask the ambulance to take you. It has to be a reason for it, for them to divert. To my knowledge, now I don't know if all this is rules or just what they usually do. I will say this: I hope the woman gets what she need, the help that she need. I mean, because based on, and he was telling her to smile, so she understood.
Yeah.
Because she did. She smiled and she was shivering. Now the argument was with some of it's always people that got something to say. Why he didn't take off his coat and give it to her, and it was cold. This is the thing that gets me. Now I can understand what they're saying, being a man, chivalrous. I get it. But you don't know the condition of that woman.
Exactly.
You don't know what she had. I mean, not saying that I would, unless you're going to give her.
And with all of these accusations that's going around about sexual assault, sexual abuse, she's half dressed. You got to be very careful how you handle both sides, male and female, when they're in that situation. So I don't think I would have. I would have definitely tried to find something for her to put on. And if the hospital was that close, I might have ran in the hospital and got something for her.
But I don't think it would have been safe for him to leave her to even run in the hospital. No. The first thing I would have thought was pull something out of her bag and just lay it across her shoulder.
I wouldn't even have touched her stuff because, again, she could have zapped and said you were trying to rob her or something.
That is true.
You really don't know the situation.
Well, he had a camera,
and so many people have so many their own opinions about this whole thing is what he should have done. What he did was the best thing. Videotape the whole situation, making.
And that was a complaint. Why are you exploiting this woman and so forth and so forth? But if he didn't, it's such a catch-22. If you don't have proof, if you don't, like I'm telling you about my mother, but I didn't record it. If you don't have proof, you have nothing to show that this is, that this is the truth.
Exactly. Like you said, the CEO did a press count.
Right. That's what I shared it to the page, and he did. He kept mentioning addressing of the social needs of the local urban communities.
Right.
I was trying to figure out what do they got to do with anything.
There's always got to be a reason.
Like you doing us a favor or whatever, you know.
Jaleesa, my little cousin is signed on. It's great to see you, babe.
Yeah, Lauren, Warren wasn't feeling. I wasn't feeling him either. I was trying to figure out
who, the guy,
the whoever the representative was, the CEO or the spokesman. I don't know his position, but he definitely said a whole bunch of nothing. Because I looked at, I don't have a lot of patience stuff like that. I'm looking like, this is a 15-minute video. Okay, this is a 15-minute video. What did you about to say?
You really got to be careful, especially when you don't know if she's going to get a lawyer and how they're going to handle.
You are already assuming responsibility.
Well, you can't say certain things though,
well,
because
the
liability
he said nothing.
Is limited now. When he said nothing, he showed up at the desk and he said a little bit of enough just to keep him in the press and out of the press.
Well, I should say he was just covering the hospital's best. And yeah, and that's what he did. It is about the hospital. He's speaking about the woman and all that, and it sounds good. I can't even really say it sounds good. It sounds like malarkey. But we're going to go to a second commercial break. When we come back, if you have any input to on this topic or another topic that we're going to move to, you can call in at 410-702-5657. But you have to call after the commercial break. We can't answer during the commercial breaks, so stay tuned because I want to get your opinion on a couple more things that I've saw in the media, and then we're going to dive into forgiveness, which we need. Can y'all forgive UMUC? We'll be right back.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Be Exposed Radio.
Let go of our anger over it. We can say, you know what?
Yeah.
We knew that would come. We knew better, and we were allowing something to happen. We almost fostered, maybe even
bring it on yourself.
Yeah, indulged in it to the point where that person could take advantage of us because we created a false. A
whole false everything,
Well, really what happens is what you said before, because if you know who you are, and when you connect with someone who isn't fully who you want them to be, you start to find reasons to fill in those gaps to satisfy your own need, to make yourself believe they are who you want. You know that the first day, so when you go down the road and you get to that one day when those gaps are, the plug is pulled out, I knew it.
Hey.
I knew it.
I knew it was coming.
But why did you do it?
Yeah, you set yourself
up. Because you thought it was the closest thing to fulfillment. So you accepted it, and you figured you could do what? Change the person.
What's funny?
That's why
I never thought I could change the person. You know who I thought I could change?
Change the behavior.
No, you know who I thought I could change?
Yeah.
I thought I could change me. I thought I could mold or manipulate myself to adapt to that person. And that was actually, and I'm glad I went through this experience because that was when I realized, there are
Salacious Life Radio Show.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We are back. Yes, it's us. We're back. Before the commercial break, Lasha, I'm not reading that. He should have just said he had a lot of crackheads in and out. But you know what? I mean, in that area, okay.
No, he shouldn't have said it.
He shouldn't have said that.
He's our president. No, you shouldn't have said 54. Said enough for the dumb stuff for us. 45. I'm sorry.
He said. So you might
says enough for dumb stuff for us.
One said, well, the lady has a team coming together, and HIPAA and FOIA requests will be made. If it hits the fan, the folks that the spokesman was covering more than likely will hang him out to dry. Of course, because they're not going to say responsibility. Because at the end of the day, a doctor had to release her.
Now that's she walked out on her own, though.
And they brought her.
Even if they treated her wrong, they still had to escort her out.
Okay.
So she might have was escorted out, and she might not like the way she was being treated, and she discharged herself. So we can't blame it all on the hospital.
I don't think it's because based on the way she was not communicative at all. So how could she respond in a way where
you know how we did when we put on hold a long time.
Okay.
We think the doctorship that in the room taking care of us, and they're doing so much other stuff. We ready to go. I'm about to sign myself out. I'm leaving right now. She might have got unruly. We can't say it's all a hospital.
Okay. Well, we can't say it yet, but in the Claire Huxtable voice, let the record show.
Let it show.
Let
it show.
When they bring them cameras out, and trust me, they gotta release those videotapes. They gotta release them. So we'll see. I hope we don't have another situation where everybody, playing detective. But
listen, but also we got to be careful how we plant hatred in our community about this situation.
Right.
We don't know the whole picture.
We don't. I agree.
We see this black woman being mistreated in a cold, and we don't know what happened behind closed doors. So we should start forgiving now.
Forgiving? Well, let me ask you this. Well, let me first say, before we get into the forgiveness, I can skip the other things because that's neither here nor there. But there's one video that I put up on Sunset Soul that I want to discuss, and that's the black face mask.
Oh, wow.
Did you see that?
Yes, I've seen that
being used, and I'm trying to understand. Supposedly, now I haven't seen this for myself. I haven't seen any type of court cases or whatever, but supposedly there are people who are using this mask to commit crimes.
Yeah.
Using this blackface mask, and they got like the little hands and stuff and everything. And I mean, explaining to you how and it looks real. If you're not really paying attention, especially if a person is committing a crime and everything, you're moving and it's adrenaline and you don't know, it's easy to, you can't even look and say, I think it might have been a mask. No.
Once again, it is a way to set division in our community. That's all it is. It's
Thanks, Warren.
It has nothing to do with just them deciding to be black and black on black crime and all that. Is to amplify what might be happening in our community. What I believe a lot of times is we try to show people what could be going on, and they're not getting enough right now in the media. The news are not showing us enough of the bad stuff anymore because our young people got more common sense than we put on.
I agree.
We're not always robbing somebody. We're not always breaking. Yeah, we got some issues in our community, but our community don't have it. They're not as bad as the media is pushing it. And because it's slowing up, somebody got to start something up. So I believe that
I don't think it's about. First of all, I'm not saying it's slowing up. How is it slowing up?
Come on now.
Baltimore just alone, we reached out. What is it? 343
murders. I'm not saying Baltimore as only. I'm talking about the black community as a whole, all over. You got a lot of black people, young people graduating college now, becoming doctors at a young age, becoming judges in their 20s. So these things are not being shown. So if these things are happening, we have to continue to keep the bad media on them. So if they're not doing anything wrong,
I don't disagree with
dress
it.
up and
But
act
I don't think this is a conspiracy. I think it's let's go with what's easier to believe because you already expect the black man to rob, to steal.
So is that not a conspiracy?
I don't think that. No, I don't think the higher up. So let me get it straight. Maybe I'm understanding wrong. You think that the creation of the mask by the person, by the big company, is to exploit.
If you look at this, these masks has been used all over the country by Secret Service, by government operatives, all kinds of missions, government missions. So how did it get to our community? You don't think we developed it so that we can go out there and rob people? No. It's brought to our community because we're getting stronger, we're getting educated, we're literally becoming a greater community. So why not divide them? Let's continue to put the bad media on them to show them that these young black people are just what we say. They're nothing but caged wild animals. And what are they doing? You don't see them putting masks on and go giving food to the poor? No. That would help us.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. I think it's more of an expectation of it being the African American.
Hey, Constance.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm looking at another one of my cousins and co-pastor McDaniel's on here. Thank y'all for supporting us.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I think that the greater picture of what you're saying is why it was made. Maybe, because they want to keep the division or keep the conversation, on at the African American male doing these certain. I don't disagree with that. That may be a possibility. I'm saying the mom and pop or the guy that is purchasing this is not about let's keep the talk about the African American, but more so it is easier to believe that an African American is doing this, so I can get away with this by buying this mask. What is this? I'm sorry. Part of the problem is we don't know how to support and celebrate one another. This is Dia. I agree. I mean, I don't disagree with that. We definitely don't know how to support and celebrate one another. But I'm just saying, I think we're saying the same thing. I just think that the reason for why they made the mask as a whole could be for that.
Well, now the government been using that. They've been using Chinese masks to go over there in China to do all kinds of things so that it won't look like the United States is doing it. Likewise in Arabic countries, likewise over there in African countries, so that they can get away with sabotaging their government or sabotaging their community. The best way you can do that is to keep the people believing that we're not doing any better than what the government or what the media is saying. Young black men are still robbing. Look at it. And then now you find out if you trap these people, you pull their face off, there's not young black men. So now what you gonna
that's
say?
what I'm trying to say. Like, when is that happening? That's what I'm not seeing happening.
It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. You know why it's not gonna happen? Because now it's exposed.
Okay.
Let's show them one time. Yeah, it was just this one person who had these masks. No, it's been going on in government in the United States for so long, and I think because of the mask, because of the lie behind the whole thing, we have gotten a bad rap, and we began to live up to that bad rap. Our young black men if they think we like that, let's show them we like that.
And that's what Dia just said. She said, we ourselves as a race promote negative image of more than positive. We do that to ourselves, and then we feel some kind of way when others capitalize on what we continue to promote.
Exactly.
You know,
and when we start promoting, like right here on Facebook, like on Instagram, when we start promoting our young black men, black women, getting the high degrees and getting these great jobs, then all of this nonsense will stop. But we don't promote that. We want to show everybody the fight. We want to show everybody the fight on Facebook. We want to show everybody somebody getting locked up or beat up by cops and all that. We're not promoting that. You now have on board at least 18 young black females who are judged at the age between 20 and 30. That has not been heard of in our time. They're swearing in as judge at 23 years old, and not just any kind of judge, grand judge, or what do they call it?
Ranger. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
I don't know exactly.
They sit in high governmental seats. So listen, I'm country, y'all. Y'all got to understand. I'll make up a word. Y'all just gonna have to hang with me.
I'm just gonna nod and agree.
Just go with me. I'll make it up and I'll spell it for you, and it will be Supreme Judge.
Yeah, I had to think for a second.
They're sitting high.
I gotta get back into the mode.
Go ahead, Jaleesa. You with me?
Dia said it's all exploding. I'm sorry, exploiting. It's all exploiting. Conditioning, absolutely. Jaleesa said media only lets you see what they want you to see. Truth doesn't sell to them. Drama and lies do. Let me tell you something, Jaleesa.
Go ahead.
I promise you, I said that. We had the conversation before I wrote the second book. I said, watch how sex sells over empowerment. Wow, I don't care. Now, as I said, when we sat in Lasha G's house, call him Lasha G, but when we sat inside her house, I said, I felt some kind of way about writing. And anything I write, it has to have a purpose to it. Whether it's sex, whether it has to have a reason for why this happened. That's just how I write. But with that being said, I promise you, because it's focused, that is her addiction of choice. Watch how that moves more than empowerment, because people don't want to be uplifted. They say they do, but they don't want to be uplifted. They don't want to be empowered. They want to forget. They want to not think about the problem. In entertainment, be it sex, be it music, whatever, that takes my mind off the issue. If I'm being empowered, that means I'm trying to, you're taking me out of this, you're helping me, showing me how to get out of this problem, or you're showing me how I can make it through this situation. I don't want to talk about the situation. I don't want to think about the situation. I don't want you to help me do the situation. I want to forget the situation exists. Wow. And in order for me to do that, I need to be entertained by this. So I agree.
I want to show you something also. Look at this new movie coming out called Proud Mary. You seen it?
I saw the clip.
I'm excited about seeing this movie. But don't you know that this Taraji is protecting this young boy from the mob, the people she's been working for. But our mothers black mothers have been doing this for a long time.
Yep.
They have not been showcased like her. Now they're going to take her from the woman who's been in the house, training up the kid, protecting them from all hurt, harm, danger, whatever, and they're going to put a gun in her hand now. Take the apron off of her, put a gun in her hand now. Now we're paying attention to it.
So we gotta have an apron.
Not an apron. Okay. I'm done. But you understand what I'm saying? I do. They pull them out of the kitchen, throw a gun in a machine gun in the hand, and all this other stuff. And now we're going to advertise the violent that she is. Of putting her in a
because remember, right before that, Halle Berry movie. Halle Berry had the van. And the mommy that went to work, and she actually had an apron because she was a waitress. And they tried to kidnap her son. It was called Kidnap. It was in the movie. Did you see it?
No, I didn't see that.
She just was a working mom, and she went to bat for her son to get her child back. So I mean, I don't think it's all just putting the gun in her hand. I don't. There's some movies out there that still highlights the strength of a mother.
Without the gun? Not in this generation.
I just said it. Halle Berry didn't have no gun in her hand.
Is that a new one?
It's a new one. Just came out.
I'm lost.
It literally drives the minivan.
I need to go to the movies.
Dia said the media is run by the Jewish community, and they are never subject. They are never the subject of conversation. So somebody has to be, and it's always the lesser of the race. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh wow, yeah.
It's easier. I just think that's the thing for me. I think that we, going back with what you said, Dia, that we promote negativity. We are the easy target. We literally shucking jobs, dancing, hey, use me, you know, the time, hey, all that. We give it to them. We give them so much.
Right. Say, don't give them people nothing to talk about.
Listen, old school. Yes, stop giving them things to talk about. We've done that. We're conditioned, and we do it with this mindset of, I'ma be me.
Right. No.
You ain't gonna make me.
Right.
I mean, but neither here nor there. I'll say this. I hope. I have never heard of anyone committing a crime with this mask on, being caught or otherwise.
Because you ain't gonna catch them.
I know, but I'm saying I haven't heard of it. I'm saying it to say they're saying that people are using this mask to commit crime. I haven't absolutely.
You're not gonna catch the one that did it, but you are gonna catch the one that look like them because they're gonna get at least 5 of them and line them up.
Absolutely.
And somebody
and they probably got priors.
Somebody gonna pick them.
Yeah, or they're gonna be dirty.
Exactly.
And so forth. And that's usually how you fit the description. Just remember that, JJ. You remember that episode?
I like that episode.
You fit the description.
None of them look like JJ.
Not at all.
But
he fit the description.
Jaleesa, what did Jaleesa say? Right, we enslave ourselves and cry for help, but when help comes, we refuse it, and it happens often. It happens often. We put ourselves in that position now that now that we have help, we look at the help and we say, no, we don't want it, because a lot of people don't want to change.
Yeah,
we're satisfied who we are.
Yeah,
and the sad part about who we are ain't getting us where we want to go. We cry about we want better, we want to go farther, we want to do greater things, but as soon as help comes, because it takes discipline.
Yeah.
It takes commitment. And these things, man, I'm looking at a lot of generations having it, but this generation, it's a struggle. Commitment is a struggle. We can't even commit to holding a cell phone.
I agree. I couldn't commit to that 15-minute video. I'm trying to tell you, when the CEO was talking, I said, how long is this? I'm not going to say in this. I will be the first one to admit that my patience is very short. Right. I don't do the gibberish. Say what you mean,
gotta get through the gibberish to get to what you need to get.
And that's why I skipped like 7 minutes in. Then I went back.
Isn't it good to be able to skip? We can't skip life. You can't fast forward life and come back to it.
It's true.
We literally have to teach our young people how to live things out and wait, man. We don't have no waitability.
No.
Is that a word, waitability?
Waitability? Did you put it together? Did you put the words together?
I combined them.
Waitability?
It was a compound word.
Or we don't have any weight ability. Waitability?
Not waitability, but ability to wait. You know what I'm talking about.
I need to know. That's a new word.
Don't let her talk about me like this.
We need more family, y'all waitability, everyone.
Absolutely.
Let's how much before the next 1 minute? Okay, so when we come back, we're gonna dive into the
dictionary full. No, it's not.
We're gonna dive into today's topic, which is freedom and forgiveness. So we chose to do this because it's a new year.
Right.
It's a new year. And before you do any resolutions or making plans to move forward, let's cut some ties. Let's cut some stress. Let's cut some stuff, that we got waitability. Yeah, let's cut that. let's cut some stuff.
Cut the waitability.
Let's not cut the waitability. We're going to keep, let's cut the bad stuff and let's get some waitability.
Shalisa, you need to go with me on this. Don't leave me, cousin. Don't leave me.
But, so those who are watching, though, if you haven't shared already, I appreciate if you share it out so that others could take part in this conversation.
Come on, we having a good time.
And when we come back, if you want to talk about forgiveness, or if you have a situation, a story that maybe you want to give us about a situation that you had to let some things go or forgive someone, or you may be struggling to forgive someone, call us up 410-702-5657 and tell us about it. We'll be right back. Will we? Oh, okay.
Only in the forest can you see this. But nothing beats the moment you see that.
Cool!
That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
My name is Ruth Rusi. I'm a retired teacher. I'm 91 years old, and this is how I live united. I say retired, but not really. Once a week, I read books to children as part of United Way's education program. Reading to a child creates links between language and literacy. It creates a bond between grown-up and child. And believe it or not, it prepares them for a better academic future. Oh, we read about frogs and flies and pigs with wings, all sorts of juicy stuff. It's a joy to watch all those little faces. I figure I have the time and they have the need. And I've always believed that if we're not here to help each other, then what are we here for really? My name is Ruth Rusi. I help kids prepare to succeed in school. So I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
My name is Meera Batra. I have been in this country 32 years, and this is how I live united. America has always been the land of promise, and in my community many families have come for a better life. Coming from another culture myself, I know the desire to become part of a community, to feel at home and to gain the tools for our children and families to succeed. So I advocate for these families with United Way. United Way empowers them to look beyond their histories and to see what opportunities are available. We help them get involved with their kids' schools, network within the community, and when we do, we unite them. We make the community stronger. What I do is something I wish someone had done for me, and I am so grateful I am able to. My name is Meera Batra. I help families see opportunities and succeed. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer, live united. Go to liveunited.org. Brought to you by United Way and the Ad Council.
Keyboard Cat, Hamilton the Pug, and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common? Their stories started in a shelter. Start your story. Adopt a dog or cat today. Visit theshelterpetproject.org to find a shelter or adoptable pets near you. Training that pet to play the keyboard? Well, that's entirely up to you. Visit theshelterpetproject.org and hear more about Hamilton the Pug, Toast, and Keyboard Cat's amazing adoption stories. Start a story. Adopt a shelter or rescue pet today. Your perfect pet is just a click away at theshelterpetproject.org and Toast Meets World. These are some of the internet's most beloved pets. With millions of YouTube views, shares, Instagram likes, followers, and fans across the globe. But what do all these amazing pets have in common?
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We are back. We're back. Thank you all for who stayed tuned, and for those who shared during the commercial break. If there's anybody who have a story or something you want to talk about as far as forgiveness, you know, you can give us a call at 410-702-5657. So let me first say, did anybody bring in the new year with any animosity in their heart?
Oh, wow. Wow.
Your son feels some kind of way about not having Christmas.
My son feels some kind of way about a lot of stuff. I took them to dinner one day. I think it was dinner or breakfast. It was all my kids together. And my oldest son said, Dad, you were really hard on us. And you were, how did he put it? He borderline say he loved me and all that great stuff. And then he said, Dad, you were so rough. If abusive was back then in those times, you would have been locked up. Yeah. I said, well, how do you figure that? He said, because you were hard on us, but we needed it. Well, and at the time he said it, my heart melted, because I was like, man, I only did what I thought was best to raise up my children. Now I got 2 in college, 1 working at Stevenson College, 1 at Hampton University, 1 at Shawan University, and all my kids are doing great in school. So I wanted to apologize for how they were raised, but then I realized, hold on, y'all doing pretty good. Y'all doing better than a lot of kids right about now.
I said, everybody call me overprotective. Or Keisha, you just need to let them kids go. You're overprotective. I said, if I have to one day sit in a therapy session with my children as adults because I was a smothering mother, I'll take that charge. I'll take it. I will sit in therapy because I'm so afraid of, because of what I know. I know that Baltimore has 343 murders. That's not a guess. I'm not wondering.
That's given, yeah.
That's what it is. Given, yeah. You know, I know where I live. I know where I'm surrounded. And these kids nowadays so naive. They so green. Like, they just dumb. I'm sorry. But I'm sorry. So, Lasha, the number, 410-702-5657. The number again is 410-702-5657. But yeah, so I'll take that. But I will say, I was battling with forgiveness, and everybody who really know me, yes, they're dumb as bricks. Everybody who knows me personally knows I didn't have the best relationship with my mother growing up. I just, for whatever reason, I just felt like she didn't really care for me much. That's my story. And I would get agitated when people would say, that ain't the person I know, and I would get mad because you're right. You're absolutely right. Because the person you know will give you the shirt off her back. Okay? And I'm not disputing that. I never disputed. We got a phone call? Hello?
Hi, it's Lasha.
Hi, how are you, Miss Lasha G? We're talking about forgiveness. Miss G?
We forgive you for not knowing how to work your phone.
Miss G, where you go?
Leave a message at the tone of the beat.
She got her. You still here?
You're on mute.
I'm on mute?
No, Lasha on mute.
Lasha. Okay, something went wrong, Eric, so she gonna probably call back. But my mother, as I told y'all, you know, she had a stroke, so she's been living with me for the past few years. And I came to the realization, I had some people talking about, you know, when they would ever say, well, you're doing so good taking care of your mother, blah, 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 blah. She would do the same thing for you if she was on the other foot. So I said, and I used to get agitated because I'm like, no, I don't believe she would do the same thing for me. I'm be honest with you. No, I don't. Not that she just wouldn't, she wouldn't have been able to do, you know, what I do. Wait a minute, she's back? Miss Lasha? What happened? Okay, so we're talking about forgiveness right now. Is there a story or scenario you want to talk about forgiveness? Something either that you have yet to forgive or that you did forgive that you want to talk about? Oh
wow.
Hi, you sound like Brianna. Just letting you know. I know. Pruning, yes. And forgiveness that's what we get. We're gonna get into that later. Cutting somebody up don't mean you're angry. Right. You just You're just pruning. No love loss. Okay. Well, I know. Go ahead, because I was telling my story anyway. Okay.
Oh,
we miss you too. Thank you for calling. Bye. Nope. Bye. All right. She trying to be smart.
Exactly.
Hang
up quick.
All right.
Monique Hagan, it's great that you called it. I mean, that you're watching. I appreciate your support. Sanai, thank you for your support.
Dia said everyone has a right to tell their story. If you are depicted in a bad light, it's up to the person to change that. I'm entitled to share my experience. Absolutely,
yeah.
Absolutely, and that's where I'm getting to. Just to sum it up, when they made that comment about, that's not the person I know, and she would do the same thing, and I said, no, it's not. I don't believe that she would have, whether she couldn't do it or she wouldn't have chosen it, just wouldn't have got done. Right. But at the end of the day, I had to change the way I viewed what I did for my mother, because when a person isn't capable of doing a thing, it's one thing when you can or you have the ability to do for me, right, and then you don't do. But it's a whole separate thing when you just don't have it in you to do, and I'm holding you accountable for something you're not capable of giving me. Right. And I knew that. So then why am I angry? I know that she is not capable, or she would not have been capable then to do it, and she's not capable now to do it. So why is it okay for me to say those words to you, talking to me, but I'm still holding her accountable in my heart for what she did not do for me when I know she wasn't able to give me that thing. Right.
So how did you feel when you
wait a minute, we got to go to commercial break. We're going to finish as soon as we come back. We are still here. Those of you have a forgiveness story, either that someone you did forgive, or it may have been hard for you to forgive, or yet you have not forgiven, call in and we're going to discuss it. We're just starting this topic. We'll be right back.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Driving has a rhythm all its own. Don't wreck it with a text. Before you get behind the wheel, silence your phone. Or better yet, designate a texter. For more text-free driving tips, visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
Green light. Hey girl, school zone. I'm getting hungry. Car changing lanes. You want to meet me for pizza? Stop sign. Intersection clear. Yeah, street. Pizza sounds good. Ballin Street? Girlin Street!
It's hard to concentrate on two things at once, like texting and driving. Stop the text, stop the wrecks. How will you stop texting and driving? Tell us at StopTextStopWrecks.org. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
Black by Demand Radio Show.
2 years ago. If you broke that bike and it don't work, that's on you, brother. I suggest you get that toolkit out back and then start working with it, right? Yeah. So my son's looking at me like, wow. And I broke down to him how we had got fixing flat tires down to a science. Mm-hmm. You understand what I mean? Sticking the tube in the water. Right? Talk to me, brother. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you know.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We're back. We're back. Thank you for those who are still tuned in and for those who will share. Before the commercial break, we started talking about forgiveness and freedom and forgiveness. And I was talking about my relationship with my mother. And, you know, I don't talk about our relationship much. One reason is because I don't always have to, I don't want to keep explaining, you know, because people say, that's your mother. I don't need you to tell me that. I know that's my mother. Known her 38 years, almost. Probably 38. You know, and this is not about being right or wrong. Right. Like Dia said, this is my experience of it. But I felt some, as I grew up and I started viewing things differently, like they say growth, I noticed, and you tend to appreciate, like your son said, the struggle and the beatings. And when I say beatings,
it wasn't beatings.
No, that's why I said so. When I say beatings, I'm talking about the molding, you know, the pressing. And not even the physical thing, just what people put you through, because it helps you grow. It helps mature you, you know, and I needed that. And for where I am now in life and the things that I do now in life, I needed every single thing that happened to me as a child, adolescent, young adult. All of those things played a pivotal part in who I am now. And if those things would not have happened, I would not be able to do the things that I do. And I have a load that I have on my shoulders. I always tell people, you can't ask God for overflow and don't want to build the strength in your back.
Wow.
How you gonna carry it?
That's crazy.
How you gonna carry your overflow when you can't carry your own body weight?
Right. Wow.
You can't even carry you,
That's
but you asking for an overflow. That means I want you to give me more than enough. Meaning that I have to physically take more pain than you do, because you're asking for, some people are praying just to break even. Right. Praying just to be okay today. You though, you want the overflow. So you need to have strength in your legs and your back. Wow. So you got some work to do. You know, and you're going to work harder than most. But I needed those things to happen to me because I am in the process now. And you in everything. You're doing a book and you're doing a play. Yes, and you know why I can do that? Because I had so much on me at such an early age. So many different responsibilities growing up in life. This is not foreign to me. This juggle game is not foreign to me. Raising these children and doing that's not foreign to me, because I've been doing that. I've been groomed for this, you know. Exactly. But when you accept that, then you can't get mad at the weight. How can you get mad at the weight when he was doing his job?
Well, a lot of people don't understand that, and a lot of that comes from teachers. And that we don't take time to listen with older folks. Somebody had to teach you that. Mm-hmm. You didn't just get this weight and say, okay, I'm glad for the weight. Mm-hmm. Somebody had to come and explain that to you. The problem is we don't want to sit under anyone who knows more than we do. Right. We don't have the patience to do it. And I think I was telling you earlier, hey, Daniel Williams is great. Thank you for supporting us. It goes back to my father. Your story was about your mom, but my father actually, he entered in my life 3 days before I graduated high school. I had all kinds of stories. My father did this, my father did that. And I used to tell people my father was a superhero in my mind because I really didn't know him. I didn't want my friends to not look at me crazy because I didn't know my father. My uncles were the one who raised me. My bishop, my pastor, those Bishop Eiler and them, you know them. Those were the ones who brought me up and corrected me as a male figure, but my father wasn't there. So around my graduation, he shows up. And all of a sudden, he wants this relationship. Mm-hmm. And after I realized, okay, I'm going to let him in a little bit, every big thing, the major thing that happened in my life, he would never show up. He would tell me he's coming, but he'll never show up. He'll do this and he'll never show up. It got to a point where I even asked his wife, what is wrong with this dude? Mm-hmm. Years later, I believe now I'm in my 20s, about 23, 24. I'm 40 now. 23, 24, I asked his wife, what is wrong with him? She said, your father never learned how to be a father. Mm-hmm. And I was holding him to a standard that he didn't even know he was being held to, neither could he hold up to it. Mm-hmm. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of times we have to forgive people because we, like you said, we put them in places they don't even know. Yeah. Matter of fact, they don't even know we put them there. In our mind, we're saying you should know where you're supposed to be at. Mm-hmm. But they don't know they're supposed to be there. And we hold them accountable and we start treating them like, look, I expect you to be a superhero and you don't even have a cape. Yeah. You won't even run across the street. I'm not asking you to jump off a building. You won't even come across the street for me. And it wasn't until I forgave him in my heart first. Mm. And that's another thing I wanted to say. we have to learn to forgive people before they ask for forgiveness.
Right.
That's a hard thing. We're waiting for somebody to apologize, come grovel to us, come down on their bended knees so we can decide whether we're going to forgive. Well, if you're deciding whether you're going to forgive, it's going to be harder to forgive once they come to you because now you feel superior. You have to be at a point in your heart where whether they say sorry or not,
you're right.
You can
and
let
we
them
didn't
go.
even get into that, but I mean,
Okay,
yeah,
go ahead.
no, I mean that's fine. That's fine. You don't have to go in order, but that was part of this, the ownership and forgiveness, because like using the situation with your father.
Oh, before you do that, because I'm sure my father's watching. We have a great relationship now. In the summertime, every summer I take off every Monday because me and him go fishing. And we hang out and we talk. And sometimes I just drop past his house just to talk to him. But it took me forgiving him to move on to the next portion of our relationship.
Right.
Prior to that, man, you can kick rocks with glass slippers. And this is not the bishop talking. But prior to that, you can kick rocks with glass slippers. It really didn't matter to me.
But see, what you have to think about where you were in life then. And this is what we miss sometimes with forgiveness. Is that sometimes that fire, that thing that you had, that agitation, that whatever that tend to be fuel for you.
Yeah, it
right?
It really did.
Because what he introduced is a desire. He's showing, I want to be there. I'm just not able, or I'm not ready. I think I am when I come to you and I say, I'm going to come to the graduation.
Right.
So that's showing a desire. That's showing an interest. But then I fall through. He's not ready yet.
Not
but
ready.
for you use this as fuel. When I had my kids, I promise you, I'm going to be there
That's
for my
what's
kids.
crazy because my son came up and I wasn't there. And
I didn't say you did it.
His mom
I
is
said
on
you
here.
said
Hey,
it.
Charmaine, I'm a good father now, and our son is in college. No, I would want to be different places, and I wouldn't show up. And I'm realizing, as he's growing up, the cycle is repeating
mirroring,
itself.
yeah.
I'm mirroring what my father did. So we come to a conclusion. As he got older, I had to tell my son, look, I can't make up for lost time. I can't go back and fix all that. You can either allow me to start from here, or we're not going to have the relationship you want. And he literally that day forgave me for not showing up.
But do you think that you repeated the cycle because you didn't forgive your father?
I honestly did. And sometimes it will repeat itself again when you don't forgive certain people that's close to you.
Because you are, which we're going to get to, you keep it connected to you. That was one of the question here is holding on to hurt or anger because of what someone did or did not do to or for you keeps you connected to that person. Why remain connected to a person who means you no good? Now, I'm saying means you no good in that moment. Like you said, later on, y'all had a good relationship. But you're holding on to the negativity, and in hindsight, you repeat that thing that's in your head, that's in your mind.
Sometimes holding on to those people, Keisha, sometimes that, like you said, fuels you. Sometimes having those people in your life makes you say, okay, either I'm not going to be like them, or I'm going to use their negativity to make me even greater. We're so quick to cut people off. We're so quick to separate instead of using those folks and putting them in their right position. And I hear the country in me, every bit of wood is not good for firewood. Some wood you can't throw in a fireplace.
Okay.
But you have some use out of it. You can make a table, you can make a chair, you can do so much with it, but it's just not to keep you warm. And then there's some wood that's not good for tables and chairs. It's nothing but to burn. You have to learn how to categorize everyone in your life.
But I'm not talking about holding on to the person, holding on to the thing, holding on to the problem, the hurt.
Once you find out where to put the hurt at.
Okay.
Because there is a place for hurt.
Yeah.
And when you realize where to put that hurt at, then you can utilize that hurt for a reminder or firewood. Something to sit on that will support you when you're going through. Yeah, I remember what they said. They said I wasn't going. It's one pastor, me and Elisha G talked about not too long ago that people looked at him and he talking all this crazy stuff, but he came up. And I'm pretty much sure that this man of God used the hurt to sit back on and remind himself that they said I'm not going to be anything. And a lot of people, if he would have just took that and said, forget that, I'm going to get them out of my life, then what would have kept him going? What would have fueled the fire? See, when we start to learn where to put the hurt at, and not all the time just get rid of it, because sometimes we don't even get rid of it. We put it in the back of our mind. We say we got rid of it.
That's why I said, when you said you repeated the cycle, it's not that you didn't use it. You used it, but you used it in a negative way because you turned around and did the same thing, at that time.
Exactly.
Because you mirrored it.
Exactly.
So it's still being used because it's a part of who you are.
Exactly.
But see, when you say you forget, because for me, when you forgiving somebody means that I'm now, first of all, for me in this situation with my mother.
Saying, wow. I'm trying to figure out what she's saying. Wow.
I understand why she did what she did. Like your son came to you later and said, now I understand why this happened. Then you can really let go of the pain, because then the pain no longer truly exists, because now I understand that it was good for me.
Does the pain not exist, or you utilize it?
I don't know. I can't say the pain exists, because if it was painful for you because you interpreted a situation one way, so that's what hurt. You doing this to me hurt me because I feel like you should have done XYZ.
Right.
Later on, you realize that XYZ was not good
beneficial
for you.
To you, yeah.
So now I understand why you did this to me. How does the pain still exist now that I understand?
Well, even when you do understand, it doesn't take away the hurt. I understood why my mother whooped me, but the pain was still there. I still have pain when I think about it.
Okay, physical.
I want to forgive my mother for whooping me. She's gone on to be with the Lord, but she never whooped me with clothes on. She always said, baby, I'm not going to beat my clothes. I'm not going to rip my clothes, take them clothes off of your body. And I couldn't realize it until I got older. Listen, you need to feel some of this. You don't need to just hear some of the pain. You don't need to just hear the bell. You need to feel it. But to go back to what you were saying. I
done forgot. Lasha said that wood analogy was good.
Thank you, Lasha. First time on air, she agreed with me. Somebody give her a hand of.
Let me add.
There you go.
Great. Awesome. I'm mad because you should be here. Let me ask this. So moving into the forgiveness, this is how my question for those who are watching. If you have hurt in your heart, because there's some situations outside of my mother, of course, things that I'm still hurt by, that I could use some help in. Why are you really angry? That's the first question I feel like you need to ask yourself when you are holding on to some hurt. What are you really mad for? Because we tend to say we're mad for one thing, but we don't tell the whole truth. Right. We're not saying, say for instance, I say, how do I look in this outfit? And you say, I think it's not really for you. Well, I'm asking the question because I probably already, what? The way you done did. No. It's not, I think that was a nice way to say it.
I got you.
But I'm saying that we already feel maybe that we don't look the best in this outfit. Hence the reason why I'm asking you, because I need some reassurance before I put this on.
Right.
You in turn tell me what I'm already thinking. So now I am angry with you.
For feeding into you.
For not just feeding into me. No, I'm angry with you for saying that because you hurt my feelings. But truthfully, I'm mad at me because I don't want to be this big, or I don't want to be this shape, or whatever it is. That I'm mad because I want to look good in this outfit. I'm mad at me. I'm mad at the fact that I ate that cheeseburger the other day. And I know I shouldn't have. I don't know. Whatever reason, I am upset. But I'm projecting that on you based on what you said to me. Right. You hurt my feelings when I asked you that question. And really, that doesn't belong to you. Because you told me the truth. That anger doesn't belong to you. So I'm asking why. I feel like the first question you should ask yourself when trying to forgive is, why are you really angry?
That's a good question. But the hard part is asking yourself that question by yourself. Because we can lie to ourselves all day long. We'll find so many reasons why we're angry, and we'll dip around it. I think a lot of times when we're angry, we need to find someone that we can confide in and talk and buff our ideas or our feelings. Or,
I have one. Lasha G.
If not, she's not a good person to talk to. Don't talk to her like that.
I said Bundy.
Okay.
I was just naming.
Okay. No. But we really need someone to talk to, because sometimes we have arguments by ourselves, with ourselves, and never get anywhere. So now we're more angry because we held a conversation with our own personality, and that made us even more mad. And now we're reflecting that on everything.
Lasha G said it's always an internal process. Yeah,
it's an internal process, but that needs to be processed externally.
Yes,
so that you can get
with
help.
Someone that you can trust, and you allow them to be truthful with you.
Your heart and your mind.
Yes. So. Listen, when we come back, we're going to continue this topic. But I'm asking for those who are watching, who are harboring some feelings. What are you really angry about? Like, what are you really, truthfully mad at? We're going to get into this when we come back. Stay tuned.
The Artist Exchange Radio Show every Friday, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Every Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 p.m. Real artist, real talk, real live on BeExposedRadio.com. I was meeting with a friend yesterday, and I've gotten to the point where don't ask me a question because the truth is going to come out. And
exactly.
Just don't do it.
If you ain't looking for the truth, don't come to me.
Don't do it because I can't hold my tongue. And she wants to be this stylist, boutique, but you're not doing anything in that nature, and I can't take you seriously if you're not doing those things. And I understood why people didn't take me seriously because I found myself in somebody else's lane. I was good at what I was doing and what I wanted to be, but I wasn't doing it for me. So how can I ask you to take me seriously if I'm living in somebody else's shoes?
And nobody can do what you do, and I think that that's a big problem that people face now. Like, you see what somebody else is doing and you want to do that when that's not your lane.
That's not your lane.
That's not what you're supposed to be doing.
But it's popular, it's getting that person money, it's getting that person applause. Oh, I want applause. I want money. Let me stand over here behind them.
And then a lot of times people aren't honest with themselves either. Like, I was thinking earlier today, I've been woke for almost 2 days, so so you get honesty, and I was thinking, like,
the Artist Exchange Radio Show. What it is, radio show.
Alright, listen. Alright, say situation. Cause I keep telling y'all it's different situations in the child support thing. You can't just pinpoint one thing. You can't just say, oh, here did be. That's why you're on child support. Oh, he this. That's why you're on child support. Oh, she this. That's why she on child support. No. Sometimes it could just go off of, oh, I just called him and asked him, can he pay for the pictures? He ain't want to pay for the pictures. I'm taking his ass downtown. Yup.
Well, you got to know. Know who you dating.
Hold up. I just called her and asked could she just get Junior some shoes. She couldn't even get him no church shoes. I'm taking her ass downtown.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
I was reading your comments. Let me tell you something, Mr. Maurice. Mr. Maurice Good.
Maurice, you crazy, brother.
He put, when I was born, my mother had 2 boyfriends, and I didn't know who. I'm sorry. Let me start over. When I was born, my mother had 2 boyfriends and didn't know who the father was. One was named Lee. One was named John. She named me Lee John.
I just saw the movie too.
Listen, that's why you angry. So Maurice, who are you really angry at? Your mother, Lee, or John? That's a question.
I'm mad that you typed that movie out. Good point, Joe.
Dia said, I am mad at myself for allowing myself to be held hostage to a toxic relationship for almost 20 years. I forgave myself, but I still hold myself accountable for not putting me first.
That's growth.
Dear, not only is that, but that is the story of most women.
That's growth.
Most women. I'm serious because
most people.
No, yeah, you're right.
Most people.
You're right, but I think women trumped. I'm sorry. I think
we
women
secretly do the same thing. We don't say it as much, but man, we hold ourselves accountable for a lot of stuff. Like she was saying, a lot of times we allow people to do so much to us, and it's our fault that we allow that to happen.
Right.
So we have to forgive
and that you said she held herself accountable.
And we release them at the same time. That goes back to saying we cannot wait for people to apologize to us to give forgiveness.
We have to take ownership.
When you can't control nothing, you can't release nothing, you can't hold nothing unless you accept it for yourself. You have to own it.
So, dear, were you able to forgive him or before you forgave yourself, or did you forgive yourself and you could release that situation as a whole? Did you forgive yourself for putting yourself in that position, or did you forgive him for hurting you? Because that's what we tend to do. We tend to have the conversation and think that when, like you said, he apologized to me, I can forgive you, and now I can let this go.
And it don't work like that all the time.
She was never mad at him. You already doing better than me.
You ahead of the game.
You are already doing better than me.
When you realize it's from
serious.
the beginning, you ahead of the game, and that's a lot of that's some growing up. That matter of fact, that's being around. It has to be around somebody who's mature to let you see yourself. And that's a lot of times. Again, I go back to our problem is we don't seek wise counsel of someone who's already been through, or older adults that experience life. They can tell us, man, it's you. You're the one that's holding on to this. It's you that's hurting you. It's not them. Once you realize it's you, hey, you can change the whole game. People don't bother you as much. You can really say, I don't care, and mean it.
Well, I'm gonna get into the I don't care part later on, because I want to ask you about that.
Is that down there?
It's in there.
Man,
that's one of the bullet points. But no, I mean, I gotta see now. But Dia, you said, Dia put, I was always the problem. He was being who he is. And let me say, it took me a long time to realize that he was consistent.
Wow.
He was always consistent.
Goes back to my daddy.
And and that was so unfair of me to hold him accountable for how I was feeling when it was clear, never a question mark about where he stood and who he was. Never a question mark. And that's why I said, why are you really angry? Because my anger should not have ever been with him.
Right.
It should have always, because no matter what he did or said, I knew who this person was.
So what are you mad at? You're mad at yourself for what? Wasting time?
I'm mad at myself that I had such a large amount of waitability.
It's in the books now. Waitability is a word. Jaleesa, waitability is a word.
I'm mad at myself that I allowed myself to wait that long. I put myself in that position. I accepted things that I should have never accepted, and took it with a smile. Like I lied to me. He didn't.
Wow.
I lied to me. I lied to my own self. I allowed myself to think that this was okay. Yes, dear, allowing the mistreatment. And when you realize that, then I can say, I'm not angry with you anymore. I can let this go. And that's what the ownership and forgiveness.
So do you get rid of that person out of your life, or do you now place them in a different?
I physically can't, but I don't think you have to. You don't have to get rid of the person.
It does not always have to be.
You don't have to. No, like you said, you have to know how. Because some of them is family members.
No, well, you can cut some family members off, but
you can cut them off. You can stop communicating or going around, but you can't cut them. They still there.
Charmaine, waitability is the word. We already established that. Please, let's move on.
Oh, wait a minute. She's speaking and she don't even know. Now, we were saying wait, W-A-I-T, ability.
Oh, okay, now
but she put wait ability. Listen, I ain't gonna do it. That's the bishop. That's all for the bishop right there. That's a word.
Listen, I can on Sunday be at the church on Sunday. It'll be there.
Yes, you can forgive without relationship.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree. But there's some relationships you have to have. For me, it was a definite because we have, children and so forth. But it was with my mother, relationship had to happen because that was my mother, and I took on that responsibility. Waitability, the wait is over. Yes. No. Wait a minute, what is it? Waitability, the ability to wait. Okay. I said the wait is over. Did I speak something again?
Oh, speaking.
It's a lot of
speaking.
speakers.
It's the anointing.
Okay. But for me,
I lost you.
You did.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm coming back.
But the bell is here, just in case.
Just in case.
Let me ask this question. Moving into the next part. For those who have had or still have some forgiving to do, are you truly hurt or bothered, or have you become accustomed to how you feel, and you're now responding out of habit?
Wow.
Because especially women. Now you got to give this to women. That we will hold a thing.
I agree with you.
We will hold a thing, and listen. Sometimes which is the next part. Are you really angry, or are you just remembering when you see the person? Oh, I'm supposed to be mad. I'm mad at you. Like, and I've had situations like that.
Sometimes they don't even remember why they mad. They just know
I
they
just
mad.
know that I'm mad.
I'm mad. Right.
You know, so that's my question. Are you truly hurt or bothered, or are you accustomed to the way you feel about a person? Because you can miss out on some awesome relationships by holding something. We got. Would you ever say something?
Yeah, because I wouldn't have a fishing partner on Mondays.
You wouldn't
if I would have held on to that.
Absolutely.
And I enjoy those fishing trips, man. If nothing else come out of it, I get the catfishes that unbelievable.
We're going to commercial break. Maurice said you can cut family off. You do it all the time. You can cut them off. You can decide not to come around and not deal with them, but you can't stop them from being your family.
I debate that. You can't stop them from being blood. But you can stop them from being
listen, y'all, when we come back, listen, the question on the floor before the commercial break, we'll be right back, is are you truly hurt or bothered? Or have you become accustomed to how you feel and you're responding out of anger? I'm sorry, you're responding angrily out of habit. That's what we're on when we come back. Stay tuned. My current situation is
Black by Demand Radio Show.
2 years ago. If you broke that bike and it don't work, that's on you, brother. I suggest you get that toolkit out back and then start working with it, right? Yeah. So my son's looking at me like, wow. And I broke down to him how we had got fixing flat tires down to a science. Mm-hmm. You understand what I mean? Sticking the tube in the water. Right? Talk to me, brother. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, you know, critical thinking. And see, and we look at that now, and like kids, they not as on hands like we were back in the day.
That's because nowadays you don't have to put the bikes together anymore. They can come assembled.
Yeah, everything's coming assembled.
In the store, they ask you like if you want it already assembled.
Right.
Back then, you just got the box with 1,000,000 pieces.
Right, and today I don't think they could work with that.
It's just like the thought process. Nowadays, you get a bike that's already put together. Now, when you were younger, you had to put this bike together.
You got to put it together.
That basically closes your mind into learning how to do something.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Now you're giving it something. So, okay, you take this, and this is what it is.
Right.
So now you have to run with this instead of teaching the child. This is how you put this together, so you see the result as this.
Right. Critical thinking. I like that. Absolutely. So look, not to cut you off, Miss Denise, but let's go to our first commercial break, and then we're gonna come back and finish talking about critical thinking.
Only in the forest can you see this, but nothing beats the moment you see that. Cool. That's your child's eyes opening up to a world of possibilities.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. And you might just see this. Visit discovertheforest.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
You are tuned in to BeExposedRadio.com.
So we were talking about critical thinking. So we definitely believe that critical thinking is one of the first things we need to start implementing, not just simply being told things. Or how about this? You know, we tend to listen to people who get assigned certain positions.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So when they have certain positions, we tend to think that it's truth attached to that because of their position, right? Is that always?
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
We are back. Prior to the commercial break, we were still talking about freedom and forgiveness. And the question on the floor was, are you truly hurt or bothered? Or have you become so accustomed to how you feel that you are responding with anger out of habit? As I was saying, we tend to totally forget sometimes why we're angry at a person. And when we see them, you remember to be mad. You remember to be angry.
But you don't remember why.
And sometimes you don't even remember. No, don't even remember why. And that has happened to me. But write down your question so you don't forget it, because we're gonna ask in a little bit. Okay. Because I had a friend of mine. It was a girl. I think we're friends on Facebook now. Desiree. I'm gonna say her name if she happened to be listening. Because we was in middle school, and I don't even really, when we were in middle school, we fought in middle school. And she kept looking at me. I was looking at her because I saw her looking at me. But that was it. That was the extent of our dislike for each other because she kept looking at me, and I'm trying to figure out why this girl keep looking at me. And people pumping it up at the end of the day. And we fought in middle school. We got to high school, and we started having the same gym class. And at the end of the day, Desiree sang, and I sang. And there was a song, En Vogue song. Oh, no, not En Vogue. What was that group? I wanna touch you, baby. I forgot the group name all of a sudden.
I was raised in the same house.
Anyway, it was a female group. It wasn't En Vogue though. I forgot the name of the group. But they were singing a song, and we were singing a song in gym. And at the end of the day, we unconsciously started to harmonize, and then it became a thing. Well, you do this part, I do this part. And our blend was awesome, actually. We blend very well. And then we, of course, had the conversation of why didn't we like each other? Like, we don't even, it was no reason for us to not like each other. And now, as I'm mature and I understand the spirit recognized spirit, there may be a reason why she was, and I'm going to use the word attracted to me, not in a way, in a sexual way, vice versa, because we were supposed to be. Friends. We were supposed to blend. We were supposed to be together.
Into another area.
But I didn't know that because you're a child. But if I would have held that, if I would have been like, I don't like her, which we do that. I don't like her. Right. I fought her in middle school. Right. And now realizing that we were supposed to link up. Right. We were supposed to bridge. And we miss out on awesome opportunities out of pride. Foolishness.
A lot of people now, we're stepping into another ramification of forgiveness, because a lot of people don't understand that if you deal with it spiritually, there is an adversary that does not want us to be in relationship. And he would try to damage that relationship from birth to death. He wants to damage your relationship with people from birth to death. And if we don't learn that relationship is going to be very important in our life growing up, business, marriage, if we don't learn how to have good relationships while we're young, when we get older, we're going to just carry that over.
Take it right in. Yep.
And we're going to breed that. We're going to breed that. If there's no change while we're young, when you start to have kids, and then you get old, you change, but now you see your children repeating the same thing. Why? Because I didn't correct it before I started having kids. But I want to put out there, look, if there's anyone out there that want to call in and just say they want to forgive somebody. You want to announce it out or just openly just say, look, Sister Cornbread, I forgive you. You don't have to tell them what happened or anything, but you want to let them go so that you can start this year fresh. Why don't you call in and get your opportunity to get it off your chest, or just type it in and we'll say it, and you don't have to explain yourself, but just be a participant in this conversation we're having.
Lasha G, your best friend just introduced the altar call on the Sunset Soul Radio Show.
No, I didn't like it.
Yes, you did. Ain't nothing wrong with it, but that's exactly what it is. Listen. And I promise you, we will not take the mic away from you during this testimony service. Wow. The prayer line is open.
Yes.
Listen, I told you.
But a lot of us just need to get it off of our chest. We need to release, and we don't have anyone to release to. And until we start forgiving the people we've been holding, we can't move forward into what our purpose of life is.
Not at all.
The purpose God has for us. So if you don't do it live here, go to them, call them up, write them, email them, text them, let them know, look, I got to release you. And I have to put you in your prospective place in my life. I'm not dropping you. I'm not cutting you cold turkey. But what I do now, I have to put you in the right place so I can move on.
Yeah.
Be free, y'all. Y'all be free.
Yeah, it's a new year.
We're free.
That is, if you want to set a resolution, let that be your resolution. That I'm just going to let go. Meaning, because you can't hold on to something that's not there.
My grandma say, loose here.
Loose here, Satan. Let him go. You can't say the whole, you got to say go.
Sha-na-na. It's my sha-na-na.
You know, I'm not going to carry you around with me no more. I'm not going to carry that in my heart. I'm not going to carry that in my mind. That takes too much energy.
Where's my oil? Listen, it's pouring down now. It's pouring.
Lasha forgives you for the GF.
Get off the line now. You need help.
I'm serious. You know, I really feel like a lot of people are holding things that does not need to be there, and you should not be a part of that, especially when you're trying to go to a good place. And don't take them with you.
Also, Keisha, we gotta also, when we ask for forgiveness, stop waiting for the proper response from them.
Right.
If they don't respond, if they don't say I accept, you're asking for forgiveness for you, not for their receiving of your forgiveness. Because a lot of people won't even say I forgive you. They're gonna hold it until they gone. They dead and gone. As long as you, what I love about, here it is. No, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go there. That's on the next time. I'm about to say what I love about God, but I'm not gonna go. Yes, I am. Now I'm gonna go there. Now I'm gonna go there because it's my first day. But what I love about it is that He did not wait for me to apologize to forgive me. Well, God didn't wait for me to apologize to forgive me. And sometimes we need to move on by forgiving other people and accepting their forgiveness.
Dia put Pack Light. Let me tell you, that song, I didn't realize it's a Erykah Badu song, Bag Lady, you gonna miss your... Yeah. What is the word? You gonna miss your something. Dragging all them bags like that. Well,
my grandmama ain't let me listen to those songs. I was saying.
What's the word, y'all? Bag lady, you gonna miss your what?
Lisha G, you know it. Come on.
Of course you do. She just said it. But that's
bus. What. Jaleesa said
your bus.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jaleesa.
Jaleesa, hold on. You my cousin.
You don't know what bag lady is.
You don't know that song, Jaleesa. I'm praying for you now.
But you know what? I bet you if that bag lady wasn't carrying all that stuff, she wouldn't even be on the bus. Yeah, she missed her blessing. That's what she missed. She missed her blessing a long time ago.
You better loose here.
Let it go. Like that.
Pat it under your feet.
Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
There you go.
All right, listen, you do the benediction, and I'm gonna do the background. Let it go. Go ahead.
Put your hands up in the air. No, let's go.
Oh, you're not going.
I'm messing with you, so Lisha can come back and get on both of us.
Listen,
I got the bell, Lisha.
Listen, I do want to get into this. The I don't care anymore. Before we, you can hurry up. Cause you got too much.
Don't promote this.
Listen,
don't promote that.
Come on, y'all. Let's do a harmony over Facebook Live. Everybody say Pack Light. Hashtag Pack Light.
That's
for the rap. That's our hashtag. Sunset Soul hashtag.
I got waitability. I'm gonna wait on them.
Sunset Soul hashtag Pack Light. Ooh, yes, I'm with Jaleesa.
Jaleesa, stop.
Thank you so much.
Jaleesa, don't go with her, Jaleesa.
Jaleesa, he got waitability.
JoJo.
We gonna pack light. We got things to do. Okay,
Bishop. You should know those songs. No.
I don't care.
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Listen, I used to tell people when I used to say the word nigga with the A, I used to say a nigga who don't care.
Right.
Why you care? If you don't care.
If you don't care.
That's what I don't understand. But you can't tell me I don't care, but then care enough to say I don't care. And we use that, yes, hashtag Pack Light. That's all I'm listen. You gonna hear that. Watch how many times you hear me say that, or you hear me. You see me
I'm on the bandwagon. I'm on the bandwagon.
That's what I'm talking about. Where you at? I don't see you. Absolutely.
Amen.
You better one.
Amen. Pack
Sunset
Light.
Soul. I'm gonna put mine in there. So we tend to use the I don't care. The I don't care as the excuse, like that's a way of release.
Right.
And why I think that is important is because we that's an illusion.
Right.
You convince yourself that I don't care anymore, so I'm not bothered anymore, so I let it go. No, you're not paying attention. You're trying to avoid, like I said earlier, you want to use a distraction to keep your mind off of the problem. But that weight is going to continue to grow and grow. And that thing swept under the rug is going to continue to fester and grow bigger. And this is why you have situations with people with mental health issues and cancer and ulcers for sure. Because you're holding things using the I don't care as a cop-out
Or is it that's your way of controlling the situation?
You can try, but are you controlling?
You're really not, but that's a lot of people's way of controlling. They say, I got control of it, I don't care. And literally, when the doors are shut, you behind closed doors, you're crying in the middle of the night. You're really stressed out about this in the middle of the night. So you're saying you don't care, but who are you saying that to? You're not saying it to yourself because yourself already know. You can't lie to you. That's one thing we cannot.
We lie to ourselves all the time.
We can continue to speak lies to ourselves, but we can't convince ourselves of that lie. No, well, some people are convinced of the lie. We tell it long enough, you believe the lie.
Yep. But it's going to come back.
It's going to
You're
come
going
back.
to see it again.
It's going to come back. And the hard part about it is when you start to see other people that resemblance. They don't even have to do the same thing. They can resemblance. You start treating them the way you would have treated that person that hurt you. That's when we know you care. Because a lot of people are getting in relationship with their guards up because of what happened before, talking about I don't care. It didn't hurt me. Stuff like that. But your new relationship is reflecting that you still hurt by the old relationship issue. So
I was just ready to say to Lasha, we don't want to call it coping mechanism.
Coping mechanism. Oh, wow.
It's a coping mechanism. It helps you. It helps you get through the day. And listen, I will be the first one to say, sometimes you need to just get through the day. Let's not dismiss a momentary release. Because sometimes
release some pressure needs.
Yeah.
Oh, pressure.
That doesn't mean that it's over. That just means for the moment I can breathe. Dia said we can lie to ourselves, but we know the truth that turns into anger. Absolutely.
Thank you, Dia.
Lasha, we believe in our reality because we will make a reality up in a minute. Sarah, what about when you let go, but the person keep bringing it up every time, but say, I let it go. Then Sarah didn't let it go, honey.
And then you didn't let it go. Because honestly, we have to get to the point where we're blunt enough to say, I don't want to talk about it.
And that's okay.
Listen,
absolutely.
If I let it go, listen, we don't even have to have this discussion anymore. And if that's what you're going to have in front of me, then we don't even need to be around each other.
I respond to adults sometimes. You know, I worked with kids a lot. I mean, for years. And when I feel like having a conversation, I get into the kid. You know how Bill Cosby had that show, Kids Say the Darndest Things?
Yeah, I love that.
And that's funny. And I had that all the time at the summer camp. But then you had situations where it's just like, sweetie, I'm not gonna sit here and argue with a child, you know, or I'm not gonna sit here and entertain a conversation with a child. That is how I respond to some adults in those situations. Because if I'm telling you that I've let this thing go, that I have no desire to have this conversation, and you continue to talk about this, I'm going to look at you, oh, sweet, I'm not going to, because now you're responding like an adolescent. And I'm not going to argue with a child. Like, that's just what it is. I don't have to respond. I can only control me.
With people's feelings, and because of that, we've been allowing them to hurt our feelings and take us to emotional roller coasters instead of just nip it in the bud. Like you said, listen, I'm not going to allow you to control my feelings. I'm not going to allow you to interject anything that I just pulled out of my life to put it back in my life. So some of us just got to stop picking them up for work or taking them to church, because you know the conversation. That's sad. You know the conversation before you get to work gonna anger you. Why are you still picking this person up? They got the same conversation every morning about the boss. We got to go to this job. Let's not talk about the boss, but you want to talk about it all the way to the job. Listen, you can't get a ride no more. It's over. Your ride is over.
Well, cut the music on. I can control that. Like I tell people, I don't have to sing habits songs. I don't have to do it. I already know what you're gonna get in the car and talk about. And I don't want to talk about it. When you get in the car, I'll be singing Pack Light. I'm really serious. Ooh,
help me, somebody, please. Help me, Jesus. Lord, sweet Jesus.
You can't hurry up. You want to irritate somebody? Let them be talking and you just keep singing in their ear. I bet you they'll get the picture.
Or act like you dozing off while you driving.
I'm not dozing. I'm going to risk my life. I'm not going to do it, but I'm not going to feed into it. Exactly. He said best feeling when somebody is being long and negative, and you look at them and simply say, "Oh, okay." Now, dear, I don't even know if that's how you said it, but I'm gonna believe that's what you mean. Oh, okay. Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. That's my line. See? That's universal. Oh, okay.
Well, no okay also lets them know that you feeding into it too. And
you are not feeding into it with the A-okay.
Some people say A-okay. Yeah, I mean, okay, sometimes we just got to nip it in the bud and say, I don't want to hear it, period.
Well, you can say that, like Sarah said. Nice. You can tell people that sometimes they still want, but I got something else to say. Let them say it. Oh, okay.
No, we got to get out the car.
Don't feed into it.
Exactly.
Yes. Don't feed it, and it won't grow.
Listen, get out the car. I'm pulling over right now. If
nobody wants to argue by themselves.
If you want to ride tomorrow, you won't talk about this today. As soon as you call me and say, "Why you put me out?" Because I'm tired of hearing this. I guarantee you, the next day, if they need a ride, they won't be talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. Dad said a little drier. What you mean? Like, oh,
yeah, say a little
okay.
dry. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. That's how you want it there? Oh, okay.
What about just a grunt? Yeah.
Now I will in a minute through a whole conversation.
Is that the like the old folks used to?
No, like
Okay, you know them old folks will hum you down. Yeah,
because there are situations that you have to interact with the people. Like I said, I'm not going to argue. Like I said, I'm not going to argue. I'm going to just say, okay, got it. But now some say that's condescending and you don't know, but they already know how you feel.
But do they really?
No, they know because you told them, and you're not responding emotionally.
Sometimes, Keisha, you don't be passive and hope they understand how you feel. Sometimes you just gotta let them know. Listen,
and you can do that.
Okay.
You can say, I'm done with this. I'm letting this go, and I don't talk about this.
I'm letting you know. Listen.
Okay.
This is what's getting on my nerves, and if we gonna work together. If we're going to ride together, if we're going to roll together, you will need to change this. If not, and guess what? I'm going to put you in the box, and I'll pull you out when your turn comes. You'll realize that a lot of people need to be put in the box. Put them in the box.
I ain't putting them in no box.
Don't even cut them off. Put them in the box.
I ain't putting them in no box. Listen, we can go to commercial break, and when we come back, it is the last segment.
Hashtag pack light.
Yes, hashtag pack light. Can you sing it for me? Sing it for me one time. No. He gonna sing it on the commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna say y'all goodbyes. Stay tuned, y'all. We're gonna end this when we come back.
Be Exposed Radio.
And more money, let them know like you're gonna get a hit if you do some rap stuff. You know what I mean?
Right. Now,
appropriation, like they be getting their money.
I was just about to talk about that too. Appropriation. Is it appropriation when they do? Because you know Miley Cyrus. Like think about it. You got like Miley Cyrus. You had Justin Bieber, and you had like even Katy Perry and Pink. You remember? I don't know if y'all remember Pink. She used to do like some hip hop stars, some like R&B stuff too. Do you think that's appropriation? Are they taking from the culture without like?
I don't know. Like
without giving.
The way I look at it is, if it seems forced, then 9 times out of 10 it's not really them. Yeah. So then it's appropriation. You feel me? But if I hear sincerity and the genuineness in what you're doing, and if they decide to label it hip hop, and your skin ain't the typical hip hop skin, you feel me? I can accept it as hip hop, like, cause hip hop is what we do. Like, you feel me? Like people don't look at it like that, but it is. Like, and Busy B himself told me that. You feel me? Like, rap is a thing that we do. You feel me? And hip hop is something that we live.
Right.
So if you telling me your truth, but your skin and my skin on opposite sides of the barrier, who am I to say that that's not hip hop?
That's true. That's true. Now, and we got a newer person. I don't know if y'all know about this, but we got a new person that's kind of like on that culture too. Well, she's not really new. Fergie. Remember Fergie
from Black Eyed Peas?
Yeah, yo, I heard she got a new album out, and I was unfortunately I was listening to this with a female friend of mine a few weeks ago, and I'm not gonna lie, bro, it's actually pretty good. And I was real surprised, yo. It's like
what's up, guys? It's your boy Shepsworth Bentley, and make sure you guys check out Homegrown Radio every Sunday, 7 to 8 p.m. right here on BeExposedRadio.com. It's new, fresh Baltimore radio.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m. You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com, the home of Talk Lately with Monty, every Tuesday at 7 p.m.
You are listening to BeExposedRadio.com.
Listen, Sarah, the bishop is praying for you. I'm serious. He already gave the altar call. If you need to call in and you need to release some things, if you don't mind me saying "let it go" in the background, you absolutely can call and just declare today
and decree for real
that I let it go for real. Yeah,
it's time to loose it.
Because you said, Sarah put, I cannot argue, y'all giving me anxiety attacks. This topic is bringing up things I thought I was okay with, and I've been to the hospital twice last week. See, this is the, all jokes aside, this is what, Sarah, you can't bring that along with you, because at this point, that only you are going to the hospital twice. Nobody else.
And paying for it.
You're going. You got to choose not to allow that person to be a part of your heart, mind, and soul. I'm not taking you with me. I'm not saying it's easy to let it go, but you need to start the process with deciding that I evict you from my heart, mind, and spirit. You can't be here. Sarah, Lasha put Sarah, we buy, and we do. We buy. Listen, and Lasha know what I deal with anxiety. Yeah. We have got to let that go. We got to do it afraid. We got to move, even if we don't know how it's going to pan out. I refuse to allow you.
Goes back to what you said. You got to take ownership of it.
You got to take ownership.
You can't keep saying I forgive them without taking ownership.
Yeah,
of it.
yes.
Because if you continue to allow them to have the power, they're going to keep living their life, and you're going to keep relinquishing power over to them. You take it back. Mm-hmm. You accept whatever you have to accept from this whole issue and forgive yourself first, sis.
I'm serious.
You have to forgive yourself first and know that even if they don't apologize, you can move on.
You absolutely can. Ownership and forgiveness. We tend to forget that our forgiveness does not have to be a response to an apology or even remorse. It does not have to be a response to an apology or even remorse. They don't have to even be sorry for what they did. Yes. We own our own emotions. Holding on to hurt, letting go of pain, releasing disappointment. All of these things are done personally and under your control. We choose to make these decisions in response to the person or person's actions, but it is a choice. You do not have to wait for anybody to come to you to say, Sarah, it's okay for you to let it go, or for you to forgive me, because it doesn't matter. What about those people who can't ask for forgiveness?
Exactly.
Who hurt you? I will not let you. I can. How y'all said y'all can cut people off. I'm gonna cut you and that thought of you out of my mind and out of my heart. In my daily process. You don't belong here. Mm-hmm. You didn't belong here then, and I allowed you in, and I probably shouldn't have. But I can choose today. I can tell you that.
Sarah, get with somebody that will counsel you and talk to you through it, not just agree with your feelings. Because sometimes people agree with your feelings and only stoke the fire. All they're doing is heating up what's already in you instead of putting things in perspective for you. Listen, we love you. We're praying much for you. I promise you, after this is all over, your name is going into prayer on my lips through prayer to Christ, because if we do it alone, you're going to falter. You're not by yourself, baby. You're not by yourself.
Sarah, you know we've been trying to get you here at Sunset Soul for quite some time. We still waiting. You let us know when you're ready, and you're going to come on here, because we're going to deal with some of these things. Because you chimed in, and we already, you know, the show is over. The show is over. But you already know, Sarah, if you don't have my number, I'm going to give it to you, 443-414-8827. It's live. That's okay. I don't got to answer. I choose if I answer or not answer my phone. And I will answer to you, Sarah. Hashtag Pack Life.
Charmaine, I'm about to sing it.
Go ahead.
No, I'm not going to. Forgive me for even speaking.
Sarah, you call me whenever you need me. Inbox me. You already know. But I would love for you to come to the show, because there's some things you obviously want to talk about. And because of the commercial breaks and the time and the show span, we can't really get into it all the time. But you are more than welcome to come here if you want to talk. And even if you don't want to talk on air, we got the bishop here. You know I'm here. Lasha's here. There's people who will actually come, that will talk with you, that will pray with you. Just hit us up.
Listen,
hit us up whenever you need.
You just got a whole family of people praying for you. Jaleesa's out there praying for you. A lot more people is out there praying for you. Look, you're not by yourself. So
not at all.
We are here.
We appreciate everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. We truly, truly, truly appreciate it. We will see you. This was the Bishop's first full show as Sunset Soul new co-host. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it.
I'm so glad you was here. I would have been here by myself if my OG co-host would have left me and I would have been alone.
I can't take her place. We miss you, Lisa.
No, you got to be here. You definitely. Well, she was here. She was here in spring, and she's
next
here
week
on the show. Yes, you better be here on next week. I'm waiting for the day that I can kick my feet up and I'm gonna watch the show, and I'm just gonna let Lasha G and the Bishop here run the show.
But we forgive you, Lisha. We forgive.
Yes, we do. All right, y'all. We will see y'all on next week. We're still, we still read your comments whenever you post. We still come back and look at them, or you can inbox. You can still share. If you didn't get a chance to watch the full show, you can always come back and watch it later. We will see you on next week. Thank you again.
Hashtag pack light. Pack light.
Exposed Radio.
Let me do that.
There's certain things for everybody.
Yeah, like.
You know what I mean?